the ego will try to keep our old identity intact. Our ego doesn't want us to change or to improve, because at the end of the day, our brains are designed to keep us safe, not to make us happy, not to help us thrive, but to keep us in the same place where it's just very predictable. So how can we bridge that gap between knowing and truly embodying self-worth?
Yeah, I like what you said, and you referred to your previous guest there about, that it has gotten us to this point. And I recognize that in my own life 100%. Me going out there trying to prove myself, trying to achieve, I got some success of it. Absolutely. It got me to this point, and I should honor that. I recognize I don't, that's not a bad thing necessarily. And I always believe that at whatever point I did the best that I could with the level of awareness and understanding that I had in that moment. But now that I have a different awareness and understanding, I can choose differently. And I think a nuance that I would like to shed some light on with what you said is that when we are trying to do more and achieve to feel worthy, it is coming from a place of fear. I'm not enough. Therefore, I have to do to prove that I'm enough to the world in order to be accepted, in order to be loved. So it's coming out of fear. Whereas if I recognize that I am worthy simply because I am me, that's all, that I'm worthy, and I start creating from that point, it has a completely different energy. Now I motivated through my inspiration, through my alignment with who I truly am. And that's going to carry me a lot further compared to if I am doing and achieving from a place of fear, energy of fear, that I'm not good enough, that I have to prove myself. And I'm sure everyone has probably felt this in some area of their life, where if you're doing something where you are connected with your underlying why, you're doing something that you love, that you're passionate about, you do it with a completely different enthusiasm, inspiration, motivation, compared to when you're doing something just because you have to do it. I have to prove that I'm worthy. I have to prove that uh, uh, that I'm good enough, kind of thing. That is really what can get us into trouble in terms of anxiety, burnout, and so on. So we're creating from very different energies. So I think the key is going out and achieving in the world. That's not a bad thing at all. That's not what we're saying here at all. But it's why are you doing it? Where are you coming from? What is the energy that's driving you? Rather, recognize your self-worth. Getting to a point where I know that I am worthy. It doesn't matter if I succeed. It doesn't matter if I'm failing. I am worthy. I am the constant through the storm. Whatever is happening on the outside, I am worthy. Nothing can change that. And then when I recognize that, align with that, I create from that. That is powerful, much more powerful than creating and achieving from having to prove myself.
What's up, everyone? If you enjoyed that, then press here to watch the full episode. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.